Hello fellow shadows, welcome back to another video. And in this video we're going to talk about Stargirl and the last two episodes of Stargirl. Now I was tempted to do like the episode that came out last week alone, just so I can do this week's episode and next week's episode in one video, but then I said, you know what, I gotta do this. I gotta do my usual Stargirl review, combining two episodes in one, like my review on that. Especially since I've heard next week's episode is going to be the finale of season 1. And keep in mind, I did not expect this show, like me getting as attached to this show as I am currently. The show is good. The show has good character development, a good story arc. I really have nothing negative to say about the show. So with that said, this entire time we thought that Stargirl's father was Starman. But nope. It turns out Courtney Whitmore and Starman are not related. By blood anyways. That we know of. Now, because in last week's episode, Courtney's father came to the house and said, "I'm your father." And he wasn't around. He was pretty much a deadbeat dad. So the entire episode was Courtney reconnecting with her father, asking her some questions. Then her father left, taking the necklace that she had in like every single episode so far. And during this time, the anti-JSA has been preparing for their master plan, which was to which is explained in this week's episode, which is to pretty much use Brainwave's powers to pretty much mind control everyone. I mean, their plans, as Dr. Midnight Skago said, seems good. Them trying to eliminate racism, promote equality and stuff like that. And those values are good. Those values are good, but there's one thing though. It only works on adult minds. And the adult minds that resist, there's a likelihood that those minds, like, people will die if they resist. So that ain't good. Wildcat's kind of still dealing with Brainwave Jr.'s son in these two episodes. And I actually do like that, because it proves even though what he did to her was wrong, and yes, she was extremely mad at him for it, rightfully so. The last two episodes, like this episode and last week's episode, show that Wildcat, no matter how upset she was at Brainwave Jr., that she still cared about Brainwave Jr. to a certain extent. And so I actually do like that they showed that in these two episodes. Yeah, she might be kind of like when someone asks, "Hey, are you okay?" Well, yeah. Well, I would be thinking about Brainwave, but there's nothing I could do. She literally says that she, like, and it's a lie. She used to clearly think about Brainwave. Even Dr. Midnight's goggles says that. That detects that. So yeah, this show's good. Yeah, I enjoy the last two episodes, especially since the last two episodes, you can tell where shit is preparing to go down. And next week's episode, shit will come down. And so, pretty much in this last week's episode, Courtney had a hard time connecting with the staff because the staff was just the staff, not the magical staff that we know. And it was Stripes who was saying the staff always knew that you weren't Starman. You were not Starman's daughter. The reason why it chose you because it believes in you. And now you need to believe in yourself. And so pretty much for Courtney, last week's episode ended with Courtney, for Courtney's side, of her trying to connect with the staff, and she succeeded. The Injustice Society, what happened in last week's episode was Icicle went through Stargirl's mom's computer at work, and what he pulled up was like, because she cleared her history once that was not deleted. He saw this article that Stargirl's mother, Barbara, I think is her name, character's name, that Barbara pulled up, and it was an article saying Icicle killed Starman. And so the episode ending for the Injustice Society is that Icicle tells, like, because in the entire episode for Icicle, Brainwave saying, you should let me kill Stargirl and her family. And Icicle said no. And then so the last part, like the very last scene in the episode last week was Icicle saying, kill Stargirl. Her stepfather being Stripey, kill her mom, and kill Stripe's son. Because I don't want to have a legacy running around. And Brainwave says, understood. So, going into this episode. Oh, yeah, in the last episode, Stargirl was kind of having a hard time. The reason why she was kind of self-doubting herself was because all this time she thought she was Starman's daughter. And it turns out her father was a jerk. He was a jerk. And we see that, like, earlier this season we saw Stripe's father, Stripe's son, kind of getting jealous of Courtney's and Stripe's relationship, like father's daughter relationship. And that was kind of like, for a short while, tempered down a bit. This, like last week's episode, we see the jealousy come back, and it actually does make sense. Stripe's his father. A new person came into their lives, and now the father is spending a lot of time with his stepdaughter, which is his stepsister. And of course, anybody at his age would be like, wait, he's like in middle school, so what? That's like 14, 15, 13. Will get jealous if your parent marries someone and that parent spends a bit more time with the stepchild than you for a bit. So it's understandable that he's jealous. And it's displayed that in the last two episodes. And the reason why he's kind of jealous of their relationship is because Stripey hasn't told his son what has been going on. Because at this point, the only people that knew in Courtney's personal life about her being Stargirl was Stripey, the new JSA, Brainwave Jr., who died like 2 episodes ago, and her mother, and now the Injustice Society as well. So yeah, he knows that there's stuff that Stripey isn't telling him, and but he feels like he's telling. He feels like he's telling Stargirl more, and he's jealous, and he gets angry. He gets frustrated with his father, and so any of that last episode was Icicle giving Brainwave the authorities, saying he had killed the Whitmore family. And Tigress goes after Stargirl's mom, which Stargirl beats Tigress, and her husband, Tigress's husband, I forgot his comic book name, who's a gym teacher, goes after Stripey, and he beats the guy. And in this fight, that's when his son, Stripey's son, finds out pretty much everything. And so they team Stargirl, then the new JSA, they're pretty much the new JSA, like Stargirl, Wildcat, Iron Man, Dr. Midnight, Courtney's mom, Stripey, and Stargirl's stepbrother are all at this cabin, along with this one guy that apparently was born in the medieval times, and he has this sword called Excalibur. And that's part of what happened in last episode. The janitor that we've seen lost his memory, and he regained it back. So he sought out Stripey in the last episode, and so he's part of the newly formed JSA, the new version, not the old version. And so he's at the cabin too. And Iron Man's son, well, the new Iron Man, tries to figure out what his father, which was the original Iron Man, was trying to crack, like this code. And needed numbers. He tried his parents' birthdays, he tried his own birthday, he couldn't figure it out. So, with the help of Stripey, he figured out it was the numbers was the year of his father's old car, which was, I think, 1966, I believe. And yeah, like I said, he figures out. That's when the JSA figures out the Injustice Society's plan, and the episode ends with Stripey or Stripe going seemingly like making this fist and punching, making a punching motion. So I'm guessing he's gonna punch Stargirl, because Stargirl and Stripey went on one, like the team went on this mission, except for the son, Stripey. The son of Stripey stayed at the house, where I believe it was Wildcat, Iron Man, Kate went to one thing, Dr. Midnight and Stargirl's mom is on their own team, and Stripey and Stargirl is on their own team. So, yeah, they tried to stop the Injustice Society, but they thought that after the countdown was down, they only had 30 minutes to go. But the calculator, I think is his name, said, "Oh, you thought after the countdown, that's when we would start." But it was at the 30-minute mark when our whole thing with Brainwave comes into effect. It's for preparation. And so that's why Stargirl's mom was like staring into space. And which is why Stripey is appearing to punch Stargirl, because he's getting mind controlled. So this episode is really like fascinating. Like shit is going down. I can't not wait until next week's episode. Cause like I said, I did not expect myself to enjoy this series as much as I do. Now I did hear that I think next season is going to be on the CW, and like an exclusive, because this season was on the DC TV app as well as the CW's thing. I know some people are afraid that it might dampen the storytelling, and I get that criticism. I get that worry. All I want is it to be a part of the Arrowverse, so I can stop saying, "Well, in my head, it is part of the universe," and I actually have a factual that, "Yep, it's a part of the Arrowverse." And hopefully next week, because I know it's my when I do my videos, my recent videos kind of been like, there's been times when there's been slight lag, so hopefully I'll be able to find out what's wrong with that, so you guys don't see the lag. But yeah, pretty much long story short, I'm hoping that this episode, or that Stargirl will eventually become part of the Arrowverse. I mean, originally Black Lightning wasn't part of the Arrowverse. It wasn't up until season 3 of Black Lightning where it became part of the Arrowverse. And now that Arrow is gone, because Arrow has always been my favorite out of the Arrowverse shows. The Flash is my favorite Arrowverse show. And Black Lightning is my second favorite. Like combined, like it's tied with Legends of Tomorrow for me, and Supergirl in second. But if Stargirl comes into the mix, it'd be the Flash and Stargirl that would be my two favorite Arrowverse shows. But Batwoman will always be like third for me, unless if it gets better. But you know. But yeah, this show is great. The episodes are good. I like the character development. Like I said before, the character of Stargirl, like Stargirl might be pretty, but she was not always doing the brightest things, and I like that because nobody's perfect. People will do some dumb stuff, and some of the things that Stargirl has done in the show was pretty naive of her. And there has to be at least one instance, like after she was fighting Sheev, where she could have died for sure. But she didn't. So she was pretty lucky. Plus, of course, they, as I said when I was reviewing that episode, that they're not going to kill Stargirl off. At least not in the first season. They're not going to put a Batwoman on us. No, I can't see Courtney Whitmore, the character of Courtney Whitmore, dying in the first season. I can't even see her dying in the second season. Assuming that there is a third season, that's when I'll say, okay, maybe. Maybe once she's already established, and maybe if they set it up like someone else could be Stargirl, maybe. But as of right now, no. There's no chance of Courtney Whitmore to die off, and I'm excited to see what will happen next week. I'm hoping that through these using brainwave as part of their plan, that will make some psychological damage to Brainwave, maybe seeing his son and wife that he killed, and maybe that will disorient him, and maybe Iron Man will kill off Brainwave for what he did to his son, and what Brainwave did to Iron Man's parents. And I would love to see Solomon Grundy and Iron Man go at it, because clearly Iron Man hates Solomon Grundy, and it's justifiable, because Solomon Grundy killed his parents, Iron Man's parents. So I would love to see like a fight between those two. If not in season 1, then in season 2 for sure. When he's a bit more experienced, of course. And I feel like we'll get like some sort of fight between him and Solomon Grundy potentially in the next episode. But Icicle, the last like 2 episodes, it seems like he was very unsure about himself. And hopefully we'll be able to see him switching sides. Maybe Courtney's mom, Stargirl's mom, will be the reason why he switched sides. Like, oh shit, what I did was wrong. I need to correct this. And fights along with JSA to stop the Injustice Society's plans from mind controlling all adults into eliminating racism and making equality a thing. And I'm just gonna say this. I all up for having equality. I'm all up for having nobody discriminating someone because of their gender or race. Will that happen in real life? Will those 3 things happen in real life? I highly doubt I'll live to see it if those things are possible. Do I wish those 3 happened? Like the elimination of racism, the elimination of sexism. Yes. Do I wish for more equality? Yeah, sure. But the way that the Injustice Society is going about it is wrong. It's definitely wrong. And maybe that's what is getting to Icicle. So yeah, he's my favorite member of the Injustice Society, Icicle, because he is like the most conflicted. Because you can tell that he is a villain, but not like a villain like the others are. There's still good in him. And I am very curious how, like, if he's going to turn good, and how he will turn good. And if Courtney's mom, Stargirl's mom, will be the reason, see if she will be the reason why he will turn. Because that is like one thing that will be interesting for me. So what do you guys think? Have you guys seen the last 2 episodes of Stargirl? Have you seen Stargirl up to this point? What do you guys think about the show in general? And what do you guys think about the last 2 episodes? Leave a comment down below. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Love you all. Be kind to one another. And I'll catch you guys later. Love you and stay awesome, my friends.